Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille here at Big House Bloom. This message is for Aquarius. Aquarius placements for the week of April 1st through April 7th. This is general guidance, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. At this time, I'd like to welcome forth the power and the presence of the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering the message for Aquarius placements. May you open up our ears so that we hear the truth of liberation. May you open up our minds so that we may bloom. May you open up our hearts so that we may embrace our divinity. I ask for assistance in delivering this message with clarity, empathy, and ease. Give thanks. Is that ready? How y'all doing? Happy April. We have In Between Worlds. Everything will be okay. And the one who needs to control. Give me a second. I'm going to take my time. This feels like a continuation of your message from last week, specifically around you being authentic, you being able to show up more fully as yourself in certain spaces. Because there's definitely an energy of frustration here, particularly, clearly here, but behind it, within it, is a frustration with the image that I'm getting is like the reflection, right? A frustration with either the way you are showing up out of necessity. Maybe when I say necessity, that means that could be like your job and the way that you have to potentially perform there to get a need met. That might be in emotional needs and feeling like you have to show up in a certain way. And it really being a frustration because it's no longer serving you in the same way, especially in regards to the emotional needs and the connections, right? And the way that you are building connections, because the weight of that, of not really being able to show up as yourself, is weighing on you. And so it's this liminal space. What am I eating? I'm sorry, y'all. This liminal space. And not only though, it's not even just frustration with you, right? Like, let's say you've been hanging out with people that they just don't do it for you necessarily. No shade to them, but for what you are looking at, for this version of you, for who you are, for what you are wanting to express, for how you are wanting to show up, these characteristics, these sides of you, this expression is not showing up with these people. General guidance is not showing up at this place, is not showing up in this project, is not showing up in this job, is not showing up in this role that you are playing. And that's frustrating, right? And so you're in between seeing this is not enough, this is not doing it for me, where you want to be, where you want to express, but not having that reflected around you. You do not look out and see the reflection of who you are, who you desire to become, what you want, what energies, what creativity, what everything that you want to express. But that frustration is a guide. The disappointment is a guide for you to listen to it. Let's see, what are the actions? Justice is healing, Justice card in the traditional deck. Water of air, which is the Queen of Swords in the traditional tarot. And then the 5 of fire. 5 of Wands in the traditional tarot. There is a conflict with you internally, potentially with you and other people. I already kind of talked about like that, that dissonance, right? Of the seeing where you want to be, but not seeing it reflected in your world. And so this conflict might literally be some kind of argument, some kind of disagreement, or again, it could be more of an internal thing. But especially with this Justice card here, do not avoid it. Do not avoid the conflict. You have to kind of face it head on, and more clarity will come to you. I'm not saying attack. I want to be clear. I don't want you going and fighting somebody and saying that I told you to do it. But we have to have conflict in order to get closer to what is best suited for us, right? From conflict can come victory. If you succeed, if you surrender, it just becomes even more of what is not working for you. You can even come into compromise. Again, general guidance, it might be with yourself, as long as you are honest, right? You have to allow whatever is coming through. You have to be real with yourself. For some, this is going to just be accountability, right? Because it ain't always everybody else. I'm not saying this, you gotta know. So it's accountability. Checking in with yourself, seeing how you were in that situation, being real about it. Was that in integrity, right? And for others, it is just evaluating the situation with honesty. You might not want to let go of a thing. You might not want to. It gets a lot harder to sit in some shit when we've admitted that it's not working, but this is what you need in order to create this flow and to move through this so that you can see a clear reflection of yourself. There was something else with this. Okay, so coming into harmony, and by going through this conflict, by allowing this conflict for being present in this conflict, for being real in this, taking accountability, not only for potentially your role in it, but also accountability for your responsibility to get that clearer reflection. When you look into the waters, you want them to be clear and to see yourself, right? That also is the accountability or responsibility. I'm taking responsibility for what I want. Moving with clarity, moving with the knowledge, not folding. Again, not folding in this conflict. We are not attacking. Again, we are not attacking, but you are not avoiding conflict. Okay, Aquarius, I'll see you next week.